Shannon Sharpe returned to Undisputed and confronted Skip over the Damar Hamlin tweet. Is this thing over? What up, world? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, notification bell. Okay. Shannon came back, and what we all was waiting for happened. He tried to do his monologue, and Skip cut him off, and Shannon got highly upset. And I want to talk about this. If you didn't see the clip of it when Shannon addressed it, right? I'm going to read to you a little bit of what happened, and we're going to have a dialogue, okay? Shannon Sharpe returned for the Wednesday episode of Undisputed, where he confronted his co-host Skip Bayless about his controversial tweet about Bill's safety, Damar Hamlin's medical emergency on Monday. Shannon was noticeably absent for Tuesday's taping of the show, which he addressed today, telling viewers, quote, "Watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different." Shannon then addressed Skip's tweet, and things got tense when Shannon said that he wishes Skip would take the tweet down. Skip told Shannon, "Time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted." Shannon then grew visibly annoyed and stated, "I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting." He also added, "I didn't want yesterday to get into a situation where Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting." Now, my personal opinion of this show is not over, right? I could be wrong. I saw Stephen A. in that show, like, out of nowhere, boom, it's over, I'm moving on. I saw that. I feel like Shannon and I want to get into what we all want to talk about is their tension and this whole thing with Tom Brady. But I feel like these two guys, beyond being professionals, I feel like they have an understanding that tension sells, right? The arguing sells. The "is it my turn?" that stuff sells. I think they've been on this show together for between 5 to 7 years. This is not their first argument. This is not their first tense moment. And I guarantee you that these dudes have meetings every day and talk about what was good, what was not good. And they keep it to a level of professionalism where they say, you got to be aggressive when we back and forth. I guarantee you that the aggression and all of the tension that you're seeing now, recently with the Tom Brady thing, I believe that hurt Shannon. I believe that he took a low blow saying that Tom Brady is better at football than you ever were and you ever will be, right? That was a low blow. But I also feel like these two, their families get together for dinner. Like, these guys are friends. These are like, when you're a family, you're going to yell and scream and y'all still going to get up and dap each other up, right? I feel like a lot of people who don't know the back end of business don't understand that a lot of this stuff is like a reality show where it's spoken and unspoken that if you don't turn up on me, people are not going to watch the show, right? It's a facade. Yeah, sometimes you do get worked up, but if you know anything about these reality shows, Love and Hip Hop and all these other stuff, they tell them, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And what you're going to do is they put them in situations to make them get like that, right? To get worked up, and then they wind them up and let them run. And then they film it. They run behind them and film it. They fight each other, do this and that and third. Stuff that the person wasn't even thinking about doing. Okay, we're going to have you two meet up at two people that would have never met up nowhere. We're going to have y'all meet at the restaurant, and then she's going to say that, I'm not going to tell her that you're going to say this to her, and then she's going to react. It's all set up. It's staged, right? And I'm not saying that Shannon and Skip is a staged situation, but they have an understanding that if I scream at you, more people going to watch it, and we need eyeballs, right? I know the average person can't process this because you're not going to make a deal with somebody that lets you scream at them. The average person can't understand what it means to be in a board meeting or show, a production meeting, and you're talking about what needs to be done on that particular episode. These guys meet every single day. They have notes. They have production things that they got to take care of before and after and during the show. And they have deadlines to meet. They have guidelines to live by. And they have a bottom line of viewership they have to maintain. And if the show is just, well, Shannon, you're right, and I think, and then well, Skip, I understand, I agree with you. Like if it's that, you're not gonna watch it. Why you think all these shows got somebody screaming, Stephen A, somebody's loud, somebody obnoxious, and you like, I can't stand him. What's the fat dude from another channel? He's always negative. He always saying something about black people. He's always saying, I can't remember this guy's name. Oh man, I can't remember this guy's name. But if everybody's saying that this is right, he's on the other side. Remember when Kaepernick was kneeling and he was against it, and like I can't remember this dude, some sports guy on another channel. But yeah, I know y'all know who I'm talking about. But he's so irritating, he's so annoying, and you wonder why the guy he got kid from Kid and Play to pretend to be Kaepernick with the jersey and everything. He had an afro. And everybody was mad, right? Everybody hates that guy. And he'll be on TV tomorrow. Because you hating him is making you watch him. Right? Because you want to see what he says next to irritate you even more. Then you get on Twitter and you start cursing him out. They're weighing right now, is Skip Bayless, is your outrage and anger at Skip Bayless' tweet worth more than the money they're going to get from the advertising because the viewership went up? People have been hating Skip for years, and you don't see him get fired from nowhere. The simple fact of the matter is they need the viewership. They need somebody to spice it up. If the show ain't spicy, nobody's watching. If these two dudes don't look like they about to come out their seat at each other, nobody's watching it. That's why I told Shannon, put your glasses back on. Da-da-da. He knows he could talk them crazy because they already have an understanding. Now, I get it a little bit. That was testy. The last couple days have been testy. But what you saw the next day, Shannon was sitting right in that seat, per his contract, doing his job. And Skip was on the other end of that table doing his job. They ain't going back. They haven't said nothing about Brady since that argument. I don't even think Skip publicly apologized. They moved on because they understand that all of that hoopla, Undisputed became one of the biggest shows on TV because these two dudes seem like they're about to kill each other at every moment. So that's the bottom line of the show. That's why we watch. We watch for that tension. It's my turn. Is it my turn? We watch for that. So you have to understand when everybody's like, it's over, it's a show. You obviously don't understand this show dynamic. They're supposed to go at each other. They're supposed to be on the verge of fist fighting. That's the show's dynamic. It's probably in writing somewhere that Shannon can't hold off and slap him. I guarantee that's somewhere in the contract. Matter of fact, I bet that Shannon lose some mad money if he slapped that guy. That's why Shannon just sit there and look at him. Now, besides the fact that he's a professional and he's an athlete that has dealt with adversity and wanting to snap a coach's neck or something, he's dealt with all that and came out on the other side with Super Bowl championships and all that and the Hall of Fame jacket and all that good stuff like that. So at the end of the day, he knows how to deal with pressure and aggression and someone you don't agree with or someone you really care about having a whole stance that's different than yours and it's driving you crazy and making you upset. That's part of the thing. So I don't think the show's going anywhere. Now, I've been wrong before. I thought that Joe Budden was going to stay on Everyday Struggle. I thought it was just it was like just trying to do a negotiating thing, which he did it at first and came back the first time. But when he left for good, he was gone. And it was like, damn, he left for real, right? But end of the day, before he got there, I think Dave was on there for a year and a half. And he was screaming till the veins came out of the neck. And everybody thought he was going to slap academics. And they thought that they was going to walk. He didn't walk away because of academics. He screamed and yelled at academics every single day. But that's not why he left the show. He left the show for more money. Bottom line, he got a better offer. So I don't think Shannon's leaving because his feelings is hurt, or he talked about Brady. They already have an understanding that I'm going to say some stuff to bother you. So that's my official stance. That show ain't going nowhere. Shannon ain't going nowhere. Skip ain't going nowhere. They gonna probably get raises for bringing all this viewership. They probably renegotiated their deal to a better deal. I genuinely believe that Shannon likes Skip. I genuinely believe that he likes Skip, and he's not going to throw millions of dollars away. Yeah, he got the Club Shay Shay, the YouTube going, and this and that. I don't see him leaving that show. I just don't. I don't think YouTube money is coming close to what he's making on that show. He's locked in. He has no reason to try to start it up because everything don't always work. He can get another guy in front of him, and that might not feel right. Right? He can go click up with anybody else, and it may not hit the same, and that person may be worse than Skip. And that person may not have the knowledge of Skip. And that person may not really take all that yelling like that. He may get up and slap Shannon. So you don't know the situation you running out of just because you're mad at this one. So I don't think he's going to be crazy enough to just jump out of this. Yes, a lot of black people, they feel offended. They think Steve doesn't care about athletes. He don't care about black people, this and that. That's all irrelevant because it's all about what Shannon thinks. And I think Shannon truly likes Skip Bayless and on the inside. He loves ribbing him and giving him a hard time. He loves it. But I'm going to leave it at that. You let me know what you think in the comments. Is Shannon out of there? Is that show over? I don't think it's over, but anything can happen. All right? CLBMG.com. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.